Hi guys, welcome back to Habitual Crypto. My name's Dan, and here on the channel we like to make good habits in trading. So if you like trading cryptocurrencies, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel on Twitch and YouTube. Today we'll be obviously going over what happened over the weekend with Bitcoin, and where I think it's headed. Short term and long term. And then we'll be going through, charting out any altcoins, as Bitcoin may be getting a bounce here and the altcoins may be seeing a lot of movement either way. So we'll look at any altcoins you guys are interested in. But jumping right into the chart here. Hey, Royum. Hope you're doing good, man. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, crazy day, crazy weekend. This is the Bitcoin weekly chart, and I have here on the blue line here is the 21 week EMA. And if we, zoom in here, we were able to actually close right above the line uh, on the, let's see here. Yeah, barely. We closed right above it, like maybe $100 above it last night. And now we've started a new week, and obviously we're well below it. But we'll see, what happens this week. I think it's very possible that we do come up and make, some higher highs here and close the week out above it again. But we will see. If I go in on the hourly chart here, just to give you guys, my perspective. I said on Friday I thought we were gonna go up, which was right around here, which we did go up a little bit, but I thought we'd get back to like 52, 53, and then come back down. And I said I think we're either gonna stop at 56 or 52, or 40, 46 or 42, and we came down and we hit both. But ended up, as of today, putting in a what looks like a double bottom at right at $42,000 roughly. And it did get bought up pretty quick, but we're definitely not out of the woods yet. Are there lower levels? It's possible. I'm going to say, if we did, it would. I think 38,000 is the lowest we will go. And again, I think that would get bought up very quickly. But honestly, I'm kind of sticking with that 42 is going to be our bottom. That's kind of what my gut's telling me. I could totally be wrong. You can see we are, we're still making, lower highs here on the hourly. So, this is the next couple hours are pretty important. If we can break this downward trend line, we have a couple of them here I could draw out. Basically where we're fighting right now is one, and then we will have another one if we're even able to break that one. So basically, right at this moment, Bitcoin's fighting a downtrend. And we got to see what happens here. Lower levels are definitely possible. But like I said, I feel like a lot of traders had 42,000 in their sights, and Obviously, it got bought up, a couple times already. If we keep hitting it over and over, eventually it will break and we'll go down probably to test 40,000. But I'm trying to have faith that Bitcoin, has really bottomed here, and that we will start to see a decent recovery. Um, so that's what I think. As far as Bitcoin dominance goes, you can see we have been leveling out today, uh, or actually over the past few days with all the movement, because it was a crazy weekend with Elon tweeting again, and you know, Bitcoin maximalists probably making it worse by trying to fight him on things. Now we have Dave Portnoy freaking promoting Safe Moon. It's like, I really wish the celeb cultures would mainly just keep their opinions to themselves and let this grow organically. Um, it was different when Tesla got in because they're a major institution. We want institutional involvement, but I would take that right back if it meant Elon wasn't going to be throwing his personal opinions about every crap coin that we have, and, just, trolling. He's basically trolling, and he's a billionaire already, so he doesn't care. But come on, let the rest of us make our money too, So that's how I feel about the whole thing. I wish they'd just stay out of it. Um, but with that being said, yeah. So I am under the belief that we were coming down to 42 anyway. I think he just accelerated it, which you could argue is a good thing. Like, let's get it over with and let the whales buy up here. Um, there is the argument that, we were going to come down here, but it would have taken longer. And now that it's come down so fast, some whales, some institutions might have moved their buys down even lower. So, um, so I don't know what's going to happen with it, but either way, I'm not stressing. Long term, like anyone saying this bull market's over, I don't think knows what they're talking about. We've already been through this. We've had 35, 40% corrections, 42% corrections multiple times in the last the last bull market. This is just how it goes. And the weak hands are going to lose. And I'm very confident that we still have one huge phase left of this market. So, I'm sticking with Bitcoin dominance. Still falls down to 35.4. Its last all-time low from 2017. I think we hit that over the next couple weeks as Bitcoin gets a bounce, but the big bounce won't happen for a week or two, I think. Bitcoin has to regain some key levels, and then the confidence will come in. And once it's shown that it can regain certain levels, let's see here if we go to Bitcoin here. So, some of those key levels would be $50,000 for one. That's probably, one of the biggest levels. You can see here, once we held above 50, we got the rally to all-time highs. So I think, it's acted as support and resistance a few times. So I think getting back above 50, we close a daily candle, make support on 50,000 again. Uh, I think that might be, I could be wrong on the exact level. Maybe it's 52, but, or maybe it's, yeah, I'm going to go with 50. But once we hold, 50 or 52, those two key levels, if we hold one of them, close a couple days above them, and really solidify that, I think we're going to blast off. Bitcoin will. And I don't think many of the altcoins will keep up. This is my opinion, not financial advice. How we doing, JSK? Good Monday morning. Yeah, like I said, none of this stresses me out because I'm all about stacking my Bitcoin right now. So I don't care about the dollar value. I'm going to care about the dollar value when we get to the top. And this isn't the top, in my opinion. And I really don't, I have pretty strong conviction on that. I'm not, like, there really is no percent of me that thinks this was the top. This isn't what a top looks like. I don't, like, going back in history, this isn't what Bitcoin's top looks like. This isn't what the crypto market top looks like during a bull cycle. The timeline that we've been in a bull cycle, not long enough yet. It's the euphoria rising to extreme levels, the extreme greed rising. It just hasn't hit those key levels, in my opinion. I think we're going to have a moon boy phase still. So, and with that in mind, I've, over the next week, like I've been saying, before we get that Bitcoin, breaking like 50,000 and holding it, which I think will be the trigger that sends us. Before we get that, I think alts will start to recover pretty well, against Bitcoin. As Bitcoin slowly grinds back up to one of these key levels, I think altcoins will do very well, because Bitcoin dominance, I think, will continue to drop a little bit more. And like I said, basically we have a week or two left of this type of alt season, before Bitcoin takes the reins again. My thoughts really have not changed on what's going to happen here. So that's how I see the market. If we look at, let's see here, Ethereum, I want to take a look at, see how Ethereum's doing. So Ethereum obviously took a big hit, but you can see we are still above the 21 daily moving average, which Bitcoin isn't even close. So we'll see. I think it's still possible for Ethereum to make one more higher high before, like I said, Bitcoin takes the reins. Just this last week or two, I think that's possible. If my whole, if everything I think's lining up happens, I think this is possible. Like I said, I could be totally wrong, guys, but that's how I see it happening. Couple more weeks where Bitcoin, maybe dips a little lower, but that doesn't change it. I still think a few more weeks and we get up above 50, solidify that as support, and then we start the next phase where Bitcoin takes the reins and heads up to 100K. I think that's what I'm planning on happening. We'll see if I'm right or not. And during the next week to 2 weeks, I think Ethereum and altcoins will gain, uh, they'll do very well against Bitcoin, and they'll get back to slightly higher highs on their dollar pairings. So that's what I'm looking for. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree. Um, let's see, Royum. Yeah, like, you know, the whole idea of Tesla selling their Bitcoin, that didn't make any sense to me. They bought Bitcoin as a hedge for inflation, and there was just a bunch of reports last week talking about how inflation is in fact, you know, like we didn't know it, but it's happening, and let's hope we don't hit some hyperinflation type, uh, you know, type of thing happening in a lot of our countries. So, um, but yeah, they'll keep printing money. Yeah, yeah. Facebook's doing their own stable coin. I think it's actually called Diem now. Um, uh, yeah, Diem. Yeah, that's another big macro. Facebook, one of the biggest companies in the country, in the world, creating a stable coin when the crypto market's all going to crash doesn't make much sense. Yeah, there'll probably be some regulations that come out, but yeah, printing's not going to stop. I've said before, I think regulation will probably increase the amount of institutional money getting in. Um, Yeah, and then you got I don't know much about it, but Amazon making Chia coin, which, Amazon making anything in cryptocurrency isn't I'm not very excited about. More nervous cuz the whole point of a lot of it is for it to be decentralized, so yeah, he's not stupid. I mean, I hope he's more just trolling everybody. Um, I get the argument with Doge, like, it's not a store of value. They want to use it as new money, but it's inflationary. And you might as well just use the dollar. I mean, I don't really get, it doesn't really change anything besides, you know, being one of the worst, being one of the worser coins you could pick to take that role. So, but anyway, guys, let me know what coins you guys want to look at. I'm going to show you the coin that I have been telling you all was my number one pick for since the beginning of April. Actually, before that, but I've been, shilling it to you guys, and um, it is still doing very, very well, and that is Aave. This is the Aave USD chart. If we go on the 4 hour, it is uh, trying. Let me turn these off. Let's turn the volume on. It is trying very hard to break all-time highs here. It's been trying multiple times, so um, we'll see what happens here. I'm hoping, we don't form some kind of head and shoulder pattern, but yeah, it did make all-time highs at 634 last week. And then even with all the dumpiness that happened over the weekend, it's coming back strong. And now we're above that final fib level for the main pattern here that I've been showing you guys for a long time. So yeah, this is one of my big plays. I'm excited about it. I'm more excited about the Bitcoin dominance or the Bitcoin pairing chart. And you can see why I think we're probably going to break all-time highs on the USD pairing, not because of the USD chart, but more because of the Bitcoin pairing here. We finally broke above the 786 Fibonacci level. And it seems like we're holding it now as support. This is on the 4-hour. We came back down and touched as support, and now we'll see if it has the momentum to get up to my first big target of 0.014 for the Bitcoin pairing here. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked with that. Yeah, so since April, so I didn't have it down here. I got in right here. So when was it? Yeah, this was April 4th. I got in this area right before it broke. Well, it had already broke the major downtrend. So I got in around here. And on the Bitcoin pairing, which is what I really measure my moves by, it's up. Currently, it's up 90, about 92% from where I got in. And, that's kind of, this is a safer bet. It's one of the biggest DeFi plays. But it had a very nice retracement, and now, if it gets up to 1.4, that's going to be over 100%. So basically, I am doubling my Bitcoin allocation with this play, and that's been my goal. So I'm not, sure that I could have put in a few other coins that might have done a 2 or 3x, but I really believe in the whole DeFi space, the lending. Aave is the biggest lending platform for decentralized finance. So again, we'll see what happens. We're still moving up here. I'll be checking on it throughout the stream. But yeah, I just wanted to gloat a little bit because I talk about this all the time, and I hope that some of you guys were able to get in at some point. Let's see. Kusama has been just tearing it up. This is what Kusama does if you're patient enough. So yeah, they have the parachain auctions happening. Basically, companies or crypto projects trying to bid for their spots on the Polkadot platform. So there's only certain amount of slots to be filled, and first it all happens on Kusama because Kusama is Polkadot's canary network. So basically it's like kind of like a test network, but it is a legitimate project. So I'm bullish on Kusama and Polkadot long term, and this would have been a very nice play to get in. Let's see here. We got XRP doing well today. Let me see here. Yeah, we got XRP doing very well today. And, you know, it looks like XRP is ranging here, but it looks like it's forming a pretty decent pattern here. Let's see. I mean, roughly, you know, it's building a pretty big symmetrical triangle here. So, you know, yeah, we can look at yeah, Royum. A lot of the altcoins, you know, a lot of the I would say, you know, the top 50 altcoins really didn't take. Normally, they drop more than Bitcoin when Bitcoin drops, but I would say probably half of them in the top 50 dropped less than Bitcoin. You know, I don't know if I have my numbers totally correct. That's just from me watching the markets. You know, Cardano went up 15% when Bitcoin dropped, you know, or more. I don't even remember, but you know, certain coins obviously are always going to do well, but it felt like a pretty broad selection did not, you know, lose any value to Bitcoin. So there is still the decoupling you're talking about, Royum. I think, like I said, I think altcoins will continue probably to pump more than Bitcoin as until Bitcoin uh, finds some support pretty much above 50,000. I think if it does that, um, you know, 50,000 being a big psychological level for whatever whales or institutions did not buy this dip, maybe they're waiting to make sure, you know, that to confirm that it's not going into a bear market. But if it starts getting above 50 again, I can see a lot of people being like, okay, that I want to get in at least at 50. So we'll see. But they'll probably wait for a confirmation that 50 is going to hold support again. Let's see here. BTC XRP. Let's see. Yeah. So that's up 9% since last night. And I had this drawn from a while ago, I guess. Let me go to the daily. Let's see what this is. Yeah, so this is XRP. Let me move it down to there because that's kind of really where it should be. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's really more like that. So this goes back to September 2018, this trend line, XRP BTC. So you can see it had a fake out here. It probably would have went. I believe this is when the XRP news came out that there was a lawsuit. So it dropped all the way down here. And now it's come back, broken that line again, made support, and then probably would have had a decent pump, but with everything with Bitcoin possibly holding it down until uh, the last couple days, it started to move again. And now you're above this level. Uh, you can see you have these levels here. So, yeah, and this correlates with this high back here from 2019. So if I put let me put the line right there. You can see, uh, that might act as some resistance, but if you get past that, as far as the Bitcoin pairing goes, you don't really have resistance until roughly 0.55 there. So let me add a marker there. And that's arguably not really much resistance. So yeah, XRP could do pretty well here. We'll have to see. Let's see. Tether is on Avalanche blockchain as of today. It will save Bitcoin one more time. Yeah. You got synthetics. Here we go. We've talked about this also. This is the derivatives big DeFi play. Now, one reason I put most of my value in Aave over synthetics is because Binance started adding like stocks to like their platform, like the Tesla stock and the Coinbase stock. So they're kind of stealing some of the market from synthetics because I believe that's what a big thing that synthetics does as well. So, but yeah, a lot of the DeFi plays doing very well. Yeah, Roy. I agree. If any good ruling comes out of XRP, I think it's going to explode that day. So, because it's kind of already set up. So, let's see here. Theta. So Theta has been in this range, after pumping like crazy back in March, getting into the top 10 for a while. And now it's just kind of ranging here. If we do this is the, here we go. Here's a USD. That was Bitcoin chart, which I like to do also, but I did want to, yeah, so this one doesn't look, quite as good. But again, I think, eventually you'll see Theta kind of get back up here again. So hey Joe, um, you okay? Let's see here, Joe. Did you purchase Ethereum at 3,500? That's what you're saying. Let's go back to Ethereum, and then yeah, we could take a look at Arweave. I'm glad that worked out for you, Malcolm. Um, so Joe, obviously this isn't a. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Personally, I hold Ethereum. I hold a decent amount of Ethereum. I'm very, very bullish on Ethereum in the long term. If I don't, I'm not sure if you were here in the beginning, but basically, what I think is a good possibility of happening is that um, Ethereum, basically the whole market, we could, if Bitcoin could dip down to like 40,000 or 38,000 at the lowest levels, I think are possible. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we just hit our bottoms at 42,000 a couple times we hit there. I think that's going to hold. Um, you know, it was a key level. It's where the 200-day moving average is. Um, it was our high from back in January, I want to say. And yeah, I just think it's a very key level. I think a lot of traders were looking at it. I don't think we're going to, I think that was the bottom. And what I think will happen is we will start to recover. And I think Ethereum and the altcoins will start to uh, gain for the next week to 2 weeks until Bitcoin takes the reins again. And then I think, Bitcoin will kind of blast off. And some of the alts might bleed a little bit because the money will be now flowing back into Bitcoin from some of the altcoins. Um, but if enough money's coming in, like I don't think Ethereum's going to fall too far behind Bitcoin. And dollar wise, I think Ethereum dollar wise will continue to go up with the whole market. Um, but as far as what's a better buy, Bitcoin or Ethereum, if they both go up, which will go up more, I think the next phase will be Bitcoin kind of stealing the show and going up more than most of the alts. So I'm not panic selling anything at this point. I do not think the bull market's over. Uh, Patience is key here. And if you don't think all of this FUD with Elon and China and, uh, the energy stuff, all happening when we're down at some of our lowest points, in my opinion, it is very purposeful. It's happened before like this. And it's the whole idea that when the boat leaves, you know, we miss the boat. The retail investors miss the boat, but the institutional investors will pull it right back. So they feel like a lot of them missed the boat, and they're going to use big money, big, whales, institutions, whatever they have to do, the media, to pull the boat back, pull Bitcoin down enough for them to feel good about buying at certain levels before we go to higher levels. And that's what I think is happening. And this is normal. This happens. 40% corrections happened multiple times in 2017. So, and Joe, we just did a 40% correction, just about, from top to bottom. So, not on Ethereum, but on Bitcoin. So, you know, I, fear is at all-time highs. This is a time to buy, in my opinion. Let's see. Malcolm. AR just hit all-time highs when it was listed on Binance. Like you said, nice job. What do you think about the future of Aave? Well, let me take a look at it. I'm not... I'm not a master of all the fundamentals of Aave, but let's see. Wow. Okay. So yeah, nice. I hope you were able to take some profits. And if, obviously we made this chart, and I would have told you, first profit levels are $45. So it looks like 44.75 was when, these fib levels work. And obviously a lot of traders front with how much it moved. A lot of traders were, front running the trade here. So they weren't going to put it right at $45.47, a little below it, to make sure they got their trades in. So I hope you were able to, take some profits there. And yeah, I mean, this was due to, mainly due to, let's see, yeah, being listed on Binance. And then you come back down here and, now you got to act like this didn't even happen. And, the first goal is to make 23, this first fib level here, $23.19, make that support. Because you can see you had retracement, you broke the downtrend, and then moved all the way up here. And then, that was a big move. You retraced a bit, and you made this 0.382 fib level support. And then once you made that support, you moved back up, got rejected here again, come back down, you made this support, and then now you kind of burnt all the gas in the tank, and the hype died down. So you're back down here. It's back to the drawing board. But I don't know fundamentally, but if you believe in it fundamentally, it's a good project. I don't see why, I feel like most of these coins on their dollar pairings, not their Bitcoin pairings, but their dollar pairings, are at pretty low lows right now. Some of the smaller market cap plays, if Bitcoin starts moving, could suck a lot of the money out of some smaller plays. So, but I don't believe Arweave's too small. So, So yeah, I think you just got to continue grinding up these fib levels here. You could draw a new fib level here, but I don't really like when it's just due to a listing and it spikes up during, like, I would stick with the broader one personally. Yeah, Crypto Hunter, there's a lot of crap out there. Zibble, how we doing? Good to see you. I'm doing really good. Some of my big plays are up a lot, so I'm happy. Um, yeah, I think Coinbase listings, Malcolm, are going to do very well. And Coinbase did recently come out and say, they're going to be listing Doge in a couple weeks. And but they're basically just going to start listing a lot more coins. So, um, so yeah, I I would expect a lot of coins to start, whenever they get listed. But I think a lot will start getting listed because Coinbase is pretty much like, now that the IPO is over, they're probably willing to take a little more risk. They're going to put on, you know, whatever coins are going to give them volume because that's how they make money. The trading volume and the buying and selling fees. So, that's why they're adding Doge. They don't really believe in Doge. But if there's going to be billions of dollars in volume that they can make fees on, then they're going to add it. Um, yeah, Yannick, I don't know where that guy is. He's, yeah, I don't even know about half naked. It's probably fully naked women. Quant finally broke out. Let's take a look at Quant here. Yeah, so here we go. Yes, it did break out. Look at that. Um, yeah, nice 4 hour candle. And you can see it, it came down pretty hard. And then once it found support here, uh, I think a lot of traders were like, this is tightening up way too much. And, you know, once it found support here, they started buying, thinking maybe this is a time it's going to break the top. And that momentum carried a lot. So got up here. I imagine this is some sort of fib level if you drew it out. And then what's great is you came down here, even with everything happening, this held support now. So that's good that, it wicked a couple times below, but this essentially held support, which is going to be a very strong support now. And, um, you know, uh, I wouldn't be surprised if this keeps moving because it probably would have, if everything didn't happen, it probably wouldn't have even came back down all the way down here. But this is a lot of consolidation. This is since February, so 3 months, and then you move up here, and basically you're at, and you can see where you're fighting all-time highs, the previous high here. So that's where you're at right now. So I bet if you can get above that again, you'll probably see some, some decent move. But yeah, I would expect this has a little more to go after consolidating for 3 months. So, I mean, I don't know exactly the percentage it went up, but it's currently not that far up. So, Zibble, I mean, I've been saying I think it will probably be about 2 weeks until Bitcoin. Let's check on Bitcoin here. Let's see. So I was thinking, I was saying I think lowest we go is 38,000, although I don't think that's going to happen. I think we'll probably hold up here. Let me go to the 1 hour. And yeah, you can see we're fighting these trend lines. So these two are the short-term trend lines I'm looking at. If we can break this first one, there's a chance that even gets us up past the second one. But, we don't want to keep having to come down to 42. But this is a nice double bottom here, forming what could be a nice W pattern. That's what I'm hoping for. And like I said, I think within the next 2 weeks, so today's the 17th, so roughly, let's say June 1st, hopefully by June 1st, we can, it could happen sooner than that, but I feel like it's not going to be that much longer than 2 weeks, where we get back up above 50,000, this red line here. If we can get up here, make support. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Wyckoff patterns. Hopefully in the future, I could start showing a lot more of that stuff. I'm no master of the Wyckoff patterns, but and I'm not even saying this is one. I just know that basically the last part of the pattern is when it this would be called the spring, where it basically goes back down to very low lows compared to where we've been in the range, and then once it gets back up and makes support on one of those levels, it launches from there. That will act as confirmation that traders need to go all in pretty much. So I'm not saying this is one of them. It just reminds me of like testing this is the spring, and then you come back up and basically back test the area right before you went down in the spring. So I'm not even saying everything correctly, but that's what I think will happen. So over the next 2 weeks, I think we kind of grind here, and then if we can get up above 50 and then come back down and make support on that, I think we go. That's what I think. I don't have very good drawing lines here, so But that's what I think is possible. And this is whenever this does happen, this is when I hope to be mainly allocated to Bitcoin again instead of altcoins, because I think Bitcoin dominance is going to, during the next 2 weeks, uh, I think it's very possible that Bitcoin dominance continues to drop. Right now we're around 41. I think we get down to the all-time lows of 35.4. So if alts continue to gain on Bitcoin over the next 2 weeks, and then when Bitcoin makes that support at 50,000, starts heading up, I think Bitcoin dominance will find support here and start going up. Now, obviously, it might not be perfectly at that level or exactly all at the same time, but that's the idea I have in my head. So, okay, Royum. Yeah, I see. I don't know much about it, quant, to be honest. But you've always got the scoop on all the dark money investments in some of these coins. I'll copy and paste it. How about that? I'll read up on that. Let's see here. VeChain. Let's take a look. So, yeah, in my opinion, not financial advice, but we talked about this last week, I believe, and um, I think I said if it did fall down, it would probably hold here, uh, which it did, even with Bitcoin dropping to, pretty low lows. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 times this level has held even through some pretty drastic drops. So, um, you know, I I think this area here is a very strong support. So this is where I would be accumulating if I were to accumulate VeChain. Um, and like I said, if uh, the market starts correcting back up, I think some of these coins that are way down at their bottom levels will do pretty well. But you want to see, the market moving up too. Sometimes it's better to get back up, maybe above this previous support, get above there and make support on it again. That's what a lot of traders will look for as a reversal here. But if you want to take a little more risk because of how many times this spot has held, this could be a pretty good uh, allocation as well. But in the next couple days, if Bitcoin, does start to do okay, The best bets are normally the coins that, for the few days after, are the coins that had a lot of strength while Bitcoin was falling. I find that like the couple days after a drop, the coins that held up the best do very well. Um, so if you've noticed some coins that did, you know, held their ground instead of dropping, like, some of them dropped a lot. So let's see here. Yeah, you can see we got rejected pretty hard here, but this is a 15-minute, but we'll see. Hopefully, yeah, ADA would be one that now let's see ADA. Yeah, so ADA, this is on the 15-minute. Now, I know I said coins that held up very well. ADA didn't hold up very well. It blasted off while Bitcoin was dropping. Um, I mean, I think the coins that, stayed above Bitcoin in percentage, that not a coin that blasted off so much, but one that kind of held its own, did not drop as much as Bitcoin, or went up a few, stayed net positive while Bitcoin dropped, will do pretty well. Now Cardano has kind of lost some steam here, so because it went up so much. So I don't know if it needs a little more cooling off period before it moves again. But yeah, if you were in Cardano, very, very nice gains there. Nice, Sybil. Yeah, I think, long term, most of the top coins are going to do very, very well. Nice. 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 Yeah. Yeah, I don't see much downside for VeChain unless it breaks that basically that last fib level there. Feel pretty good about that. And the only way I think it breaks it is if Bitcoin, you know, goes down to like 38,000. That might be enough to break it, but even then I'm not too sure. But I'm guessing Bitcoin is dropping a little bit here. I could turn on some music. I don't even have the music. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's good. It's good that people are getting into crypto. I forget his name. I watched a video, and one of the guys he was talking about how like most retail is into, you know, a lot of coins that don't do them any good, besides, you know, trying to make a quick buck, which most of them lose on. But he was saying like the decentralized finance stuff, when people realize they can start making money on, you know, on their crypto, interest on their crypto, like good interest, and even interest on stable coins, he thinks that type of stuff is going to explode, because the younger generation especially, they learn how to do this stuff so much faster. And even the older generation, he was talking about how banks and, you know, companies need to start offering services to help users, you know, use DeFi because otherwise they're not gonna make it. Like that's where the users are gonna go. That's where people are gonna go, and they can be the, you know, they can be the customer service type of you know, outlet to help anybody get into that, because people are going to hear, oh, I'm making 8% on my money. They're going to want to do the same. They're not going to take the bank's savings account at 0.025% a year with inflation. It doesn't make sense. So that's crazy. One of them that, I've been telling you guys about a little bit. I'm not like trying to shill this or anything, but this is the Pokemon chart here against Ethereum. So this is even against dollar or Bitcoin. I would argue that those charts probably look even better because Ethereum has just been on a run. So this makes it look, compared to Ethereum, a lot worse. But even against Ethereum, there's definitely been some movement here. Some, 4 out of 5, the last 5 days in the green. And like this candle was like 100% gain. So, and these were like 30, 50, something like that from top to bottom. So they closed a little lower, but it does look like the trend might be switching here a bit. Let me see if there's any yeah, there's no, I could pull up a different chart here. So let's see the last 90 days. Yeah, so this is the dollar chart here, and yeah, I mean, it's just kind of what I like to see. And there's right now it's at $12, and it hit 56. So that's a 3-4x if it gets back up there. So just letting you guys know, I have a tiny bit in this, and I haven't felt good about it because I bought back probably around like $20. So I'm not even back to even, but I'll hold it because I do think it will come back up if I'm patient enough to higher highs even. Yeah, Polkastarter is a good, I know it was a good initial investment. It's on Uniswap and SushiSwap. Oh, and it's on PancakeSwap as well, on the Binance Smart Chain. So I think that's part of the reason is why it started to go up. Like this was the day it was listed on PancakeSwap. So keep that in mind, but the volume and price has continued to climb a little bit here. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hold it until I got in around $20. I'll hold at least until $40 and double. And I don't know what's going to happen, but it may not be some slow, you know, it might be slow in the beginning, but when it gets above certain levels, I think, you know, a lot of these like Uniswap plays and Binance Smart Chain plays have, you know, they start out like this, and when they look like they're going the other way, traders jump in. The ones that were patient enough, like I wasn't. But you know, I thought it was happening around here, and that's why I got in, and I was wrong. So again, I don't know if it's happening, but I kind of waited a couple days. I thought it was good enough. Where here now I see, you know, we haven't had 3 green candle days ever on this chart. Okay, so that's a decent sign. In a row, I'm saying. Chainlink, hey Duck. Yeah, let's check out Chainlink. If you guys like the content, please feel free to give a follow or subscribe. Give the video a like. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Chainlink I think is going to do well too. And it's at a pretty decent discount. It got pummeled pretty hard here. So let's see. Let's go to the 4-hour. So you can see we had our Fibonacci levels here. Did break up finally. And then Bitcoin dumped. And we came back down here. And yeah, and then this last dump really brought it down. But you can see you're holding the 0.5 fib level here, and pretty much you got up to the first fib extension up here before it dropped. So it probably would have at least, most of the time it would have held previous all-time highs, but I think Bitcoin had its way and brought everything down. So you came down here, you know, recovered a little bit, but now the last few days brought you down all the way to here. But I would argue that this is going to act as a very strong support and possibly a very good buying opportunity, as long as Bitcoin can, you know, as long as Bitcoin is at its roughly its lowest, you know, it's bottomed out. So it could go a little lower, you know, 40,000, 38,000 before, you know, before the macro picture starts to change. It would have to go below 38,000 before that really starts to, you know, become any sort of an issue. But yeah, Chainlink here seems like a very discounted price in my opinion, and I think, you know, you're holding this level, one, because it's a 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, but it's also the previous all-time highs from back in February. So yeah, I think this is probably a really nice time to get in on Chainlink. Again, as long as everything holds okay. But yeah, long term, I have no doubt you're going to get back up above $50. Let's check back in on Bitcoin. I think it's being annoying again. Yeah, had a little more of a dip. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. You know, this is the start, hopefully, of the uptrend change. So we're hoping for a higher low. Not really hoping to go test 42 again. We're hoping for a higher low, which would have to happen relatively soon. And this is just on the 15-minute chart. So this is going to take probably a couple days to start feeling okay about it. Unless we get some sort of, you know, massive candle. Yeah, like on my streaming software, like I do pick it under my Twitch settings. I do pick crypto. So let me look at it here. I don't know why it does that. Do I have to wear a bikini too, Royum? Okay. I think I did it, guys. Well, that's annoying. I've only been streaming for like 5 months. It's okay. It's annoying because, like I said, like I use Streamlabs software, which is like one of the major streaming software you can get, and it's it asked me like for the category, and I picked crypto, but apparently it hasn't been, when it starts to stream, actually doing the category. I guess I have to go into my Twitch account and do it as well, so yeah, I don't know if I have the body that Yannick's interested in. I don't know. Hopefully not. Yeah, Duck, but it does ask me specifically for under my Twitch settings before I go live what category. So, but maybe. It is possible if I hit all my profit taking levels this year that I'm gonna be streaming longer and doing like putting in a couple hours a day in Twitter content, probably Instagram, all habitual crypto, but like very dedicated, I'll be able to put in a lot more time, kind of making this more full time, but we'll see. I do need to get my followers up, and hopefully that will probably help a little bit, and but we'll see. That's my plan. TikTok, yeah, I know. So like that's something I would be able to do. Awesome. Give a subscribe if you like the content. Should you buy Ethereum? You're the second person that's asked me this today. Again, none of this is financial advice, but we can take a look at Ethereum. It is good for Ethereum and the rest of the market that Bitcoin may be making a higher low here. It is finding a little bit. We'll see. We could have a big red candle next 15 minutes, but hopefully we are making a higher low, and then we'll be able to break this resistance. And if that happens, Ethereum will go up, most alts will go up, and Bitcoin will go up. So I'm hoping this was the bottom, Nassim, and if that is the case, then it would be a good time to buy Ethereum. I told the other person I have a lot of my portfolio allocated to Ethereum. I'm not panicking here at all. Ethereum was 4,500 not like last week. So you're at 3,300 right now. That seems like a pretty good discount to me. But again, it kind of depends on how long you're planning on holding it. There is a lot of bullish Ethereum news coming out this summer, like mainly June, July, I believe. So, I find it hard to believe that that's not going to bring the price up. Again, I don't think the bull market's over, so I would buy more Ethereum if I could here, but you gotta, you know, in the short term, I think these very well could be some of the lower levels you will find Ethereum. If Bitcoin drops to 40 or 38,000, which I think are the absolute lowest numbers, Ethereum will probably get down to 3,000, maybe like 2,800, but I don't really think that's going to happen personally. Need account. Yeah, I was just saying I don't think it will. We'll probably get a decent idea by tonight or by tomorrow. Like if it's going to fall further, I think it will probably happen by tomorrow night at the latest. But my gut is telling me that this was a nice double bottom here right at 42,000, which was a very, very key very, very key level here. So, and if we go to the daily, we can see if we have any, I'm going to erase this. We can see if we have any like divergence on the RSI, because everything did kind of like reset here. So let's hope that we have some nice bullish divergence on the RSI. And yeah, so you have your low from April 25th to your low from today, okay? And then let's make this a little bigger here. I'm going to take the volume off so we can see. And then barely, but it's still, even if it's level, it's still different. So you have, and I think it's pretty even, but that's still divergence. There is bullish divergence on the daily. So you have your low here, so lower lows on the price, and you know, you could say slightly a centimeter higher lows on the RSI, but even if it's, you know, straight, that's still not the same. Normally you're supposed to have, you know, if there's no divergence, you have no difference in the lines here. So lower lows here, even here. So that is slight bullish divergence on the daily, which is, you know, good. It's better if it's on the daily. If we look at the MACD here, let's see how we're looking here. So yeah, I mean, you still have possible, you know, selling momentum, but on the daily here, but it also kind of looks like it might be rounding out here, so that doesn't bother me too much. What currency do I think will go fastest to the moon? Well, uh, uh, let's see here. Let me look at. I mean, long term, I guess that's not fastest, but Ethereum, I think, will be is probably the best. You'll probably do the most multiples with Ethereum with the least amount of risk. So I really like that. As far as like what coin, I think, let's see. I mean, I do like how far Chainlink's down. If you're looking for like short-term gains, I would be very surprised if Bitcoin stabilizes and Ethereum Chainlink does not have a very good day. Uh, getting back up into the 40s at the very least. This is a very discounted price in my opinion. For such a big, stronger coin. Yeah, Pokemon. Pokemon, it won't surprise me if it rockets up randomly one day, like. Because that's what all those Uniswap listings were doing back in like March or February. Pokemon was just released way too late, I think. It pretty much missed the NFT craze. And that's what it is, so. RLC is it already pumped a ton, so I'm not going to tell you to go buy it, but it's about 50% down from the top. Yeah. Yeah, we'll as long as they don't get sued and lose a case to Nintendo, they should do very well. There we go. Nice engulfing candle on the 15-minute for Bitcoin. That's good. That's really good. If if you can break this resistance, like I said, it's the start of at least a 15-minute breaking the downtrend. So higher high, hopefully higher low here. We still need a few more candles, but unless it could just break this now. But yeah, we're starting a new one. Nice engulfing candle that normally gives, and by engulfing, if you don't know what I mean like this red candle was completely engulfed by the following green candle. It basically swallowed up all the selling pressure, all the selling and more. And that's normally a good indication of what the next candle might do most of the time. But then again, we are on the 15-minute candle, so it works better with, you know, longer periods of time. Yeah, no, I didn't, Royum. Yeah, I was like confused when I saw Internet Computer in the top 10, but apparently it's gonna make it so you can like put your code right into like the browsers or something. I don't know too much, but basically make it so like the internet can run decentralized apps and everything like totally smooth. I'm not totally sure. What's a good time to buy Cardano? You sold at 152. Let me get it here 1 second. Yeah, so I mean, if you look at the last time we dipped here, it caught bids right at $2. So I would assume, you know, the $2 mark is going to be just kind of like a psychological number, just like the $1 mark was. If we go back here, where is it? Wow. No, this is a 15-minute, that's why. But yeah, here's the dollar mark. Let me go to the 4-hour. You can see the dollar here, we hit it, you know, first here, and when it broke, it went up to 150, came back down, hit it here, hit it here, hit it here, pretty close here, and then, yeah, I mean, $1.80 looks like, you know, you had a lot of congestion here because it was the first fib level. So you never really came back. You did kind of back test it early on, but it is possible if $2 doesn't hold, $1.80 would definitely be a nice buying opportunity in my opinion. Not financial advice, but yeah, that's what looks kind of good in my opinion. So if it does break $2, I think it will probably definitely come down to 180. If everything starts going back up, it's possible it doesn't, break $2. But I would think, even if it does go back up, it will probably come back down to $2 a couple more times before its next big run, because that's what's happened in the past. Oh, he sold at $1.83. Okay. Well, yeah, then I mean, I wouldn't be too upset about that. You were, you basically sold at the first fib level here, which isn't, that's not a bad profit taking area. But yeah, if you were watching this level and you were above 180, that would have given you, getting rejected at 180 is one thing, but if you get above it, and then, I wouldn't be selling until we started falling back below it personally, because if you can hold support on your first fib extension here, you're most likely going to test the next one, which is what it did, and more. So, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we came back down to 180 at one point, even with or without the market going back up. Cardano was pretty much decoupled from the market this weekend. Hope that helps. Need account. Yeah, I think if you're patient enough, Ethereum had a very nice move here, and if, and I don't know, maybe it's not over, but once it had finished its final move here, it consolidated for like over 3 months. So we'll see, but maybe there's another move here, but it is also possible that you're going to be around this area for a while. Nassim, not financial advice. I think it's always best to dollar cost average. Depending on how much money you're putting in, but Like you could buy a little tonight, a little tomorrow, a little the next day, and hopefully you get a nice average price there. But yeah, if Bitcoin holds up, if Bitcoin can continue to hold 42,000, even if it keeps, even if it tests it again, then I think the whole market will start to move back up, including Ethereum. Yeah, Duck's right. There is going to be, the smart contracts for ADA and everything coming. So I'm sure the price will climb in anticipation for that when we get closer as well. Thoughts on SHIB? I'm in for a little potential swap, not for the market, not for what the market is showing. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good news with SHIB that, I mean, Vitalik Buterin, he burned like $6 billion worth of SHIB. I think that's, if I read it correctly. I mean, I think that's what this was, because he burned that. He took all that supply away, so it, pumped. I mean, as far as it being on Binance, if this is the majority of the time, I mean, this doesn't seem like a bad level to accumulate. It's holding this, it did dip down, but now it got back above it, and it's holding this this level here. So without being like biased on the coin at all, I don't think this chart looks bad. Looks like it's flattening out and holding this level. So Aceritus, if that's how you say it, Aceritus. Yeah, who knows? It could pump. I don't know. I don't really mess with these coins. Yeah, what happened with Trust Swap? It just dumped, or? I did want to look at, I don't really want to look at it, but I don't know if you guys saw like an hour or two ago, Dave Portnoy put out a stupid video picking his shitcoin he's gonna be in now, because Elon picked Doge, so now he's in SafeMoon. Of course he had to pick SafeMoon. Like, give me a break. So I was curious. I was curious about the price. If it... Oh, it doesn't look like it went up that much. Unless I just... Okay. I'm kind of happy about that. Okay. I'll take it. Yeah, that's true. But I thought with him putting that video out, it was gonna just skyrocket. I don't know. Maybe he's not as popular as I thought he was. But guys, it's actually 6:30. If you like the content, please feel free to subscribe or follow. It's funny, it looks like I am getting a few more. Zibble, I'll take a look at Holo for you real quick. It looks like I am getting a few more people having crypto as my category. I can't believe I didn't have that. Here we go with, let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, so I mean, this is starting to look like what could be a really nice, you know, we have the correction here, and then it's just kind of patience until you start making the higher highs, higher lows. You know, but it's holding this support even with everything that happened the past couple days. It really, you know, it didn't really move much all weekend. So that's good. That means this support is really strong. So you know, this could be a very, very good accumulation zone, but you haven't really seen the reversal in the trend yet. So until that starts happening, you might, you know, it might not start getting a lot of bids. You know, traders are going to wait. A lot of the big money traders will probably wait till it starts showing higher highs, higher lows, maybe confirming support on the next fib level here. Guys, I'm already famous. Come on. Thanks a lot, guys. If you liked the video, please feel free to subscribe or give a follow. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. I will be on tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And hopefully the markets are having a green day. God bless.